Hey everyone, this is Dr. Carla. I'm going to give you some ideas for things that I would like you to do during your layover and when you first get to your hotel room for hip openers. So the first one I want everybody to get into is called a 90-90. So if you look at my legs and my hips and my feet, not here, but here, everything is at 90 degrees. And I want you to kind of sit that way. One side is going to probably be easier than the other. You're going to stretch over your back hip, which you will not go very far. This is all capsule for 30 seconds. I want you to stretch over your front shin for 30 seconds. And I have to turn, it's my living room. And then I want you to rotate and stretch over your front thigh for 30 seconds. You're going to rotate, you're going to do the same thing. Then what I want you to do is you're going to keep your belly tall. You're going to try and put your belly button over your front shin, and you'll feel that differently in your hip. Once you get to the furthest point possible, you're going to push your foot and knee down into the ground by using your glutes. You're going to drive that into the ground for 5 to 10 seconds, and then you're going to try and pull deeper. This is called Pnf Stretching. That will help you open up those hips. You're going to do that going over your front shin, your front thigh, and your back leg. Note that when you do it this way, again, this is capsule, you might feel like a little pinchiness. You won't go very far this way. After you've done the stretching and the Pnf stretching, then we get to do some hip rockovers, especially if you've been sitting on a flight. These are pretty important. I want you to sit up nice and tall. Some of you will need to lean this way, but you do your best to sit up nice and tall. Press your hands together. You're going to open your back leg, and you're going to do so as far as you possibly can without moving your front leg until you slowly rock over to your opposite 90-90. Sitting up nice and tall, you're going to want to rock back. Stay nice and tall, rock over the other side, getting those hips mobile. You'll do 10 total of those. Then to get a little of your upper back going, you can go into some thread the needles. So open nice and tall, and then you're going to duck that arm underneath and really stretch and rotate through that upper back. You're gonna get 10 in per side. Then on the ground, you're gonna go into cactus arms. So arms out at 90 degrees. You're gonna rotate over and get a really good pec stretch. If this is super uncomfortable for you, straighten out your arm, do the same thing. But if you can, cactus arms will get more tissues involved. Then you're gonna do some planks to down dog. Make sure that when you do this, you're pedaling out your feet, okay? You just sat on a plane for hours and hours on end, so make sure that you get that opened up. Press your chest through to open up your shoulders as much as you can. Another recommendation when you're in the airport, if you have a partner, you can alternate. If you have a long layover, you're gonna do about 10 minutes of power walking. I know it looks kind of silly to run through the airport, but power walk if you've been sitting on a flight for long periods of time. Blood pools where you haven't moved. And so you wanna get your blood pumping, but about every minute, I want you to do 10 squats or 10 lunges and then keep power walking. So do that to help get that lymphatic drainage going. So whether you're in your layover or in your room when you get there in quarantine, most likely, please do these to get your hips opened up.